Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayco Octane 272 toy hauler travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you get this big awning, I want you to leave room for. On your off campsite, no slide to worry about, so I want you to think about where your water and power connections are going to be. They are going to be both above your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Power in front of the tires, city water connection above the tires. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. It does come with a night docking light. Should you arrive at night, simply retract to lower, extend to raise. I recommend go ahead and get the stick on level. Put that right in the middle of the unit down there. Once you got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. I will mention on these power tongue jacks, underneath here is a hand crank manual override for your power tongue jack should you lose power. Storage here, they all clip back like so to hold them open. 3/4 inch hand crank on our stabilizing jacks. All four corners have them. As I run them down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. Better distribute the weight. Run these down on top of some jack pads just until you have some resistance on your hand crank. That's it. Remember, you don't want to lift the unit. Our unit's already level. All we want to do is stabilize it. So go around, run all four of those down, get our unit level and stable. Once we're level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. There's your little hand crank for your tongue jack. Power cord, big long 30 amp Furion cord, plugs into the side here. The way they go in now, unloosen this gray. They come into the left, turn to the right, lock on that gray washer. At the end of that 30 amp service, should you need to plug into a 110, a 30 to 15 amp reducer comes in your convenience pack. That's power hooked up, let's hook up our water. At the campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here. Hook that up, hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. Let's come over here to your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in. You may have left it out last time you were camping, draining your hot water heater. Get that in there nice and snug, and then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, open up all of your water taps, get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Once water is going through them, all the air is out of the line, shut them off, and then you'll know that your hot water heater is full and you can turn that on from indoors. Now say we're going to go camping and we're not going to go to a campsite, we're going to go dry camping or boondocking with our toy hauler and toys. In that case, we're going to fill up our potable water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here, simply gravity fill this. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tank. There's also a freshwater reed. Keep an eye on that when you're filling it. Once it's full, remove your hose, put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hooked up to city water. That is already pressurized. Alright, about covers everything to get your power and water hooked up to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Continuing here on your off camp side. The area to store your sewage hose. Pass-through storage area. Here's where your batteries are at. Check them every now and then, make sure those haven't wiggled loose. Your connections. Black and gray tank, that's where we'll dump those at. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when dumping the black and gray tanks. It's your hot water heater. Cable and satellite hookup. Again, your power. Fresh water connection. This is a vent for your microwave. That is an outdoor shower. Underneath your water here are your low point drains. It's a flue for your furnace. Two things, make sure it's never blocked, and two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it, it does get hot. City water connection. Up there's a porch light and a vent that you can push out from indoors. There's a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. On the back here is your deck. Let's go ahead and put that down real quick. On your deck you will have these locked. You will unlock them. Lift and open these panels. Lift, pull down, turn out. Now because of this spring down here, this is pretty easy to bring down. I'm one person bringing it down one-handed. I'll use this for a ramp. You simply lay it down. Put everything back up. Place this underneath there. Lift it back in. And just say quickly, our garage is closed. Alright, we got that deck back up. Continuing around. Campsite. Again, a vent for indoors. Your hand crank will bring down your manual tire, spare tire. Got a couple outdoor speakers. Got 110 out here in case you need to plug in anything. Quick connect LP down here. The other side of your pass-through storage brings us up front to your propane, which does have a cover. Comes on a regulator, lefty loosey to open. Just point it toward the tank you wish to be using. And that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry door in case of emergency. Continuing up here to our left, up top, in our control panel is going to be your awning control. On your awnings, first off, your awning runs out rather fast. On your awnings, you only want to run these out until your white flap falls down and you can see that brown, your silver bar. If you're not paying attention and you're holding it down, it will continue to run itself out and run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out, making sure you don't run it out further than you need to. There's our door here. Alright, so up here is where we see our brand new battery. Fresh water, that's the button that's in to hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Black and gray tanks. Your bed control, lift it up and down. Down here is where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Your water heater if hooked to gas. Your water heater if hooked to electric. Ramp lights, that's a little light that's on the back. And this must be on in order to lift and raise your bed. Lift and lower your bed. All these are lighting. Coming into your unit, got a couple of recliners here. We'll talk about our bunk system here in one moment. Continue to go through. Down below your sink is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now, the reason I mention that's 12 volts, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, boondocking, and you're going to be gone for the day, disconnect your positive battery post to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. We have a self-explanatory microwave. We have a stick lighter light here. Up here we got a sound system. A couple USB ports. So nice sound system. Here's our modes: FM, auxiliary, FM and auxiliary. TV up here on a swivel. Down below your TV, Norcold fridge. Turn that on here. Auto means when you're plugged in, you run off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. Or you simply lift that to be on gas. If this lights up, your gas is low. Your bunk area here is a dresser, bunks up top. Down below is going to be your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. A ton of 15s in there. I see a 20. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Continue down the hallway. Here's a ladder to get up to the top bunk. And your thermostat. Let's crank the air up one time. You hear that running? Shut my air off. I'll crank the heat up. You hear that running? Now I shut the heat off. When I shut the heat off, you'll notice that it'll take a few minutes for the fan to cycle through before it actually shuts off. Coming into our bathroom, trying to mention you got some PEX plumbing to maintain. Just keep an eye on your plumbing up underneath your sink here. You do have a fan up here. 110 with GFCI reset here. Come back into our bedroom. Our lighting turns on down here. Or up here. You do have a little bit of storage up underneath your bed. Prep for a TV as well. You have a backer here. That's where you'll mount your TV. And then cable 110 up there. Shut these lights off. A door that you want to make sure that you have snapped open for travel. Instead of closed, that's what you want to have snapped open. Alright, so let's look at a couple different ways to set our... It's up here. Alright, so we will unsnap here on both sides. So we pull this forward, you see our feet come down. You can lay this down as a bed. Same on that side. Or you can jackknife these up, lift up on the bottom, pull up on the back, and it becomes a seat. Also over here, you have these removable legs to set these legs in. And then place your big table on top of that. So that's how your table will look set up. Your bunk. And bring that all the way down. Just make sure you have those off the wall before you bring them down. Bring it down as low as you want. Just don't run into anything. Somehow they have an extra mattress in this unit. Another table that can sit in between your tables here. And a ladder to get up on that top bunk. I'm going to go ahead and place this table and chairs back up there. Table and legs. And get ready to close the unit up. Alright, so I've raised your bunk up with everything up on it. Place your beds back. Walk through the unit. Shut off any accent lighting. Doors and drawers. Make sure all your doors and drawers in your unit are closed. Everything's secure for travel. Shut your lights off and exit the unit. Got 3 steps. Start folding from the bottom and up and in. Before you leave the dump station, and I say that in case you want to check your panels while you're dumping, make sure before you leave and hit the road that you lock and deadbolt this door, lift and turn that handle, make that safe for travel. All right, at this point, if we are out boondocking, we're going to get up and dump our freshwater tank. Everywhere else, unhook our cable, our water, our power, hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be in between your tires and the front of the unit on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. That 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up, and first thing you're going to pull is that black handle. That's going to be your sewage. Once it sounds like that sewage is no longer draining, go ahead, look inside, make sure it's empty. If it is empty, continue to leave that black handle open. Grab that hose at the dump station, come up here to your tank flush, and turn that hose on for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close up your black tank. Make sure all that wash that you just put in there is done. Then close it and pull your gray tank. While your gray is going, go ahead and dump your low point drains. If you're done for the season, come to your hot water heater. When them low point drains are done, lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump a little bit of hot water out of there. When it's done, close that up so your door will close, and then pull your drain plug. Come back down here, make sure that gray is empty. Close that gray up, take that sewage hose, store it in a nice sanitary place, hook up, and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Octane for many years to come. Happy camping.